Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another 1 vs 1 cast in StarCraft 2. This is Icelian. I am happy to be bringing you right into your daily dose of a little bit of a ladder game. This is going to be between EG's Idra and Complexity's Minigun. Now I know a few of you saw the Idra game that I had, a series actually against Jinro that I posted earlier, best of 3. That was a great show of very, very standard up until the end. I won't give any spoilers or who did what or anything of the sort, but certainly if you want to check it out, it is on my channel. If you're not viewing this through the channel, then you head there and you just look for it. If you are viewing this, then you just scroll down on the right side. You know where it is. You've seen it all. Idra is going to be spawning the top right here of Shakuras Plateau, and we have his opponent, the blue Protoss, Complexity's Minigun, in the bottom left. So the cross position is really going to favor the macro game, which is really something that Idra is incredibly powerful at. Now, as of this post, Idra is number 17 on the North American GM. I always love to give out ranks and stats and stuff. It gives some people stuff to think about, some little tips here and there, or just an idea of where to be, or rather where these players are, where they stand. And Idra is, as I said, 17th on the North American GM. He's got 515 wins, 180 losses. That's a 74.10% win rate, close enough to just 74 even. And a little fact that I learned, and I found this off of, a lot of people say, where do I find the ranks and stuff? That's at sc2ranks.net. But little facts and stuff that I found out about the players otherwise is Liquipedia. You can just Google that and you'll find it. That's Team Liquid's little wiki on players. And from there I found that Idra actually can bench 205 pounds, or 93 kilograms for those that don't use the Imperial system, like, you know, the rest of the world. 205, that's a pretty good bench. I mean, he could bench me and a large dinner. Well, more than a large dinner. He could bench a lot more than I usually do. Than I ever hope to do. Safe to say, guy's pretty strong, especially for somebody who just is a pro gamer. So a little bit of a micro battle here. Idra wants to make sure that this probe isn't going to be dropping any sneaky little proxies or any, you know, 2 gateway pushes and so on and so forth. Complexity is actually going for a Forge Fast Expand. Something very... Oh wow, Idra trying to get a third here because this pylon hasn't dropped yet. He really wants to get an expansion up now. Of course, he's at 22 drones. He's great to continue macroing as such. The Complexity knows with a pylon here delaying this, he's delayed the expansion so much that Idra's going to try for a third. And sure enough, Idra's not even going to hide it. It's right there. And that's because he knows Complexity is probably doing a Forge Fast Expand. Very common to do on this map for Protoss. And it lets the Zerg know they can go into this 3-base macro mode, but knowing, I mean, it's like chess, okay? You know that he's going to do, you know that as a Protoss you're going to do a Forge Fast Expand. So you want to delay as a Protoss you know that you are going to Forge Fast Expand. And then the Zerg realizes, okay, I can go 3-base. So then as a Protoss, you drop a pylon here to delay your natural, and you have to move down and try to delay this third as much as possible. And he probably poked up here and he saw, yep, cannons and stuff, you know, just usual wall off, whatnot. But that's just it, is it's you know, these players are thinking it such to an advanced extent that you have move after move after move trying to check into one another. See, Idra's actually, he was down a few harvesters, making buildings and whatnot, brought him down for a little bit. He was able to stream back up. Players are both matched now. Also getting that second queen and dropping that creep. Creep is so essential, especially on this map, but more so than anywhere else. And that's one of the things that I love about StarCraft, is you really get into the major complexities of, okay, so I'm going to try to do this, and I know that it's going to cause him to do this, so then I'm going to further try to counter it by doing this, and so on and so forth. And if that was a whole lot of thises for you, then, well, just know that these players are thinking well ahead in all their games, trying to do the absolute most they can to secure their victory. And why not? That's the whole point of the game, right? To win. We do have, you know, try to catch these. Good micro by Idra, trying to kite against the Zealot, but great kiting by the Zealot. Using the watchtower to his advantage to use it as a wall to make sure he wasn't completely surrounded. Stalker will solidify any attacks or any defense. Yep, Idra's just gonna run. He's just gonna pull, saying, "I'm out of here." These two Zerglings need to get moving. Get away, get away, get away. And we might have actually some early pressure coming in here. We do have the creep. Oh wow, a macro hatch is already going down, almost finishing for Idra by the 7-minute mark. Usually Zergs will get their third base at the 11-minute mark. Idra's already up to 4 hatcheries. Now this could be a pretty good surround, at least definitely getting the Zealot. He's going to go down with just 1 Zergling kill. The Stalker going to be retreating and without speed, which is not being researched. I don't see that going anywhere fast. Still, the big thing here is going to be, yep, Idra is already up in Harvester's 48 to 38. Just moving extremely fast on his macro gear. Minigun knows that he needs to start putting on some pressure and he needs to start putting it on fast. His gateway is almost finishing. He's got some chrono. This Nexus is actually almost full on energy. He needs to start burning those chrono boosts. We do have Speedling is starting up and melee level 1. So we'll be seeing some aggressive melee play from Idra. I know I probably swapped between the names or the pronunciation a few times, but we'll just go with whatever I happen to say. You know who he is, even if I just say the Zerg. Idra is looking to do some very, very heavy melee play, but at the same time, as I say that, he's dropping a Roach Warren somewhere. There it is. And this is good. Spore Crawler. Just one little touch, it'll detect anything in this area, so a DT would have to go all the way around here and at least minimize the damage. And it does secure the ramp for any detection that might be done before the lair finishes. In case there is any cheesy form of DT play, then Idra will be well prepared for it. See, I'm already switching back. There's Idra. A lot of Overlords just, I guess the rally point sends them right out here, and they all just kind of decided, well, I guess we'll just chill, you know, having a party, hanging out. I always thought the Overlords would be like the wallflowers of Zerg. I know I'm talking about the guy. I was the wallflower for a while. Just, you know, guy comes shows up to a party. Hey guys, I'm just gonna get a drink and hang out here on the side. Overlords are like, yep, we're just gonna chill. Now this could really come back to bite Idra real fast. If these Stalkers and the Sentries, all of which can shoot air, the Sentries maybe not so much with their little noodle lasers. The Stalkers do a good bit of damage, and if they can, okay, I just finally pulling these back. I was gonna say if he could get all of these Overlords, that would be a very heavy supply block. We do have 2 proxy pylons going down. One's already finished. A Watchtower Vision making sure that he could warp outside of the brush, and a Zergling died. Many Zerglings died to bring you this information, so that Idra knows what exactly an army he's up against. Now he does have 36 Zerglings just spawning.